This session is a little different to our normal presentation. It is a short video which shows a method of composting, but it is not really about composting. It is about creative care of creation. It is a practical theology of environment. Anything that is carbon-based is compostable and can be returned to creation. It is buried and left in the care of creation to reclaim what it has given to us, which we transformed for our use and now give it back to creation. Welcome to the carbon sink. So obviously the place to start for a carbon sink in putting carbon back into the earth is to dig a hole in the earth. And here's a hole in the sand. Secondly, I put in sticks, which are all carbon and which in time will return to the earth, and it provides a solid base for what it's going to become afterwards. So we just spread the sticks around there. And secondly, I put in a layer of other carbon, in this case weeds, that are a complete pest in the garden. So we spread those over the sticks, and they will eventually rot down amongst the sticks. So this is all good carbon. Next I add these wet egg cartons.
God, I can smell it from here.
Which are all carbon and all part of just returning carbon to the earth so that the earth can take care of it. And a bit of water is always good to wet things down and continue the process, begin the process of rotting down. And these are hand towels, again all part of the carbon sink. And now we begin the major part of the operation.
The carbon sink.
I will put more paper in, shredded paper, just ordinary shredded paper. Put any quantity of that in at all, particularly when it becomes wet, it will just reduce down. Now this is the garbage from the kitchen. It is everything put in together, allowed to rot down, becomes very mucky. I call it the mucky. This is everything from the kitchen. Vegetable scraps, fruit scraps, meat, rice, anything at all that is carbon or nitrogen based, all goes back into the earth. So we spread that around. Now all that will soak into the paper and the weeds that are underneath and make a lovely home for a multitude of worms. This is just dry yucca leaves, which will again provide a base and will in time soak up the moisture from the mucky. You can put those in. Then I put more sticks in on top, just again to provide another layer, and that is a solid layer that will allow air to circulate through the earth. Stamp it down to make room for more, and we put more paper on top of that. No end of paper to be had. And again more weeds, plenty of weeds around, plenty of paper, so plenty of layers to go into the earth, giving a lovely home for worms and other microorganisms and things in there. This is again from the kitchen. It is yogurt. It's full of probiotics and other things. Good for the earth, good for the decomposing process. Spread it around. Then we have another small bucket of mucky, which has been sitting for some time and brewing away into this lovely, messy mix, which will go into the earth. Again, the paper will take up some of the moisture in that. keep working it in so that it all sits down nicely. And then I put some bucket of soil, twigs, leaves there. If we're lucky, there might have been some worms in that. Start the process. And some of the sand, that is part of the place, sand and more leaf and a bit of soil, all mixed in there, making a good mix. This is also then providing a cap for all that is underneath to seal it off from any pests or predators or anything that would make it unhealthy. Give it a good stamp down. This is like putting a cork in a bottle. Plenty of stuff in there to work away and decompose, and then we top it off with a good dose of wood chip. And this is really the cork in the bottle, and in doing this I have created a convenient step which will make working on this hill easier. So we have now a nice step to walk up and down on, like where I'm standing at the moment. All that is compost underneath. Cover it over with as our created world gives us a home, nourishes us and cares for us, so too we care for the creation that God gave us. Composting returns all to the earth. In this video, I acknowledge that the experts I consulted online and the guru himself, Costa Georgianus, whom I suspect is a covert ecological theologian. This nitty-gritty of the earth is also our mission. And the more we practice carbon sink and composting and recycling to the earth, the more our mission will come alive. Go well, stay well.